Welcome to Pop Cult, where we talk reality TV, celebrity chaos, and pop culture throwbacks.
Morning, everyone, and I hope everybody's having a great day. I have a fun story to tell in a second.
Julia's not having that great of a day.
No, not really. Anyways, welcome back to Pop Cult. We're your hosts. I'm Julia.
And I'm Avery.
And we post 2 episodes every week, barring any complications, as you'll hear in my story in a second.
Any potential natural disasters.
We will always be here.
Mm-hmm.
I will always make
Even when we're on vacation, we're already planning it.
Anyways, we post 2 episodes every single week. Tuesdays are for Reality Digest, where we go over last week's reality chaos, and Thursdays are for Fame Files, where we go over past pop culture events. Whatever suits your fancy. Listen to both, listen to one.
Maybe it'll encourage you to watch some reality shows that you haven't watched in the past.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope so.
It's always more fun to listen to when you watch the shows, you know, obviously.
Okay, guys, my story.
Talk about what happened to you today.
Well, it's not a story
because I got
it's
a phone call.
Okay, all right. So I'm just doing my job. Okay, I work at a zoological facility. All right, I don't know if I've ever discussed that. And I am one of the managers there. And we're having some like dry lightning. No big deal. It's really loud. It keeps sounding like a bomb's going off, kind of, but I'm just like, it's lightning, it's gonna rain, it's just like, get ready. I don't know.
Oh, I was gonna say, I've never heard of dry lightning.
Yeah,
is that just like pre-lightning?
I don't understand weather.
Okay.
It's just lightning, and it's going to rain, and it keeps like a little bit drizzling, but like not like a full-on rain that you would expect with like a lightning thunderstorm. Anyway, so like literal dry lightning, and it just starts smelling like a barbecue, just out in the air.
Oh.
It smells like somebody like, and that's kind of, you know, when people like burn their trash or like
burn leaves,
like it smells like that.
Yeah.
And I just like don't really think anything of it. I think I'm just like in denial, and I'm just like finishing up my day. I send my interns home, and one of my workers is like, where do you think that smoke is coming from? And I was like, what smoke?
You're like, smoke?
And sure enough, there's a fat wad of smoke coming out of a forest adjacent to my facility. And I said, I'm gonna go walk in there.
Well, you. Okay, Katniss Everdeen going towards the flames.
Well, I text my boss, and she's like, maybe just go check it out. I said,
sure.
Why not? I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna find anything. I was like, she's just being crazy.
Surely, maybe someone's camping.
Yeah, someone's camping. Know. Like, there's no way. And I walk in there. I go pretty deep, and I happen upon a literal wildfire.
Oh my god.
A literal wildfire. Okay? Like, the trees and the bushes and the floor is on fire. And I said, oh. So
occupational hazard. Okay.
So I call my boss. I'm like, hey, there's a fire. I'm gonna call 911, but you might want to come in. So she's like, all right. I'm on my way. So she's coming in. I call 911. And you know what? When you call 911, it's not, you know, the classic line of 911, what's your emergency? They don't ask that.
No. They ask fire, medical, or police.
No. They said, 911, what's your address? Like, what's your location?
Yeah.
And
that's
so
true.
I'm like saying my location over and over and over again because he keeps asking. And I'm like, get it into your thick skull or track my phone. I'm telling you my address.
Wait, why did he ask you
over and over again? I don't know. Maybe he just wanted to make sure I was saying it right. I don't know. And eventually I say the name of where I work, and he's like, got it. I said,
okay, so I guess maybe it wasn't coming up in his thing.
I don't know. And he's like, okay, like, he's like, what's the size of the fire? I don't know measurements of fire. I was like, I have no idea. There's just a literal fire. He's like, okay, bigger or smaller than an acre? I said, definitely smaller than an acre, but I also don't know how big an acre is. So I hoped I had guessed that right. Anyways, he's like, okay, help is on the way. Call me immediately if it starts to spread. I said, got it.
Well,
what am I gonna do if it spreads? What am I gonna do?
Also, what else is the fire gonna do?
It's gonna
spread?
Well, I guess I don't know. I was just in like, so I'm on the phone.
These are questions for him.
Yeah. So I called my boss, called 911. Help was on the way. I said, he's like, get yourself out of where the fire is. I said, can do. So
don't have to tell me twice. I was already on my way out.
And
I was already on my way out.
I said,
oh, okay. Gonna see this face again.
I'm leaving. I'm gonna go meet the firemen. Anyways.
Yeah. I'm blowing this popsicle stand.
So I'm walking away from the fire. Everything's handled. There's nothing I can do. He literally told me, do not do anything. I said,
Totally.
Because I don't know.
You said what else
he
was
said-
I gonna do?
I'm one of because I was like, do I need a fire extinguisher? He's like, no, do nothing. I said, I can do that, sure. So I'm walking away from the fire, and I'm like,
You've already done enough.
So literally, I get off the phone with 911. I turn away and walking away from the fire, and I said, I'm gonna call Avery. Literally, like I have the receipts. It's 4:30. At 4:33, I called Avery.
4:30, you called 911.
4:33, I called Avery.
She called me to let me know that she would
gonna
need to
be
record
late.
later. And you know what? I respect the hustle. I respect the dedication.
Listen,
Not only were you a national hero today, you also kept your commitment. And here we
so
are.
I call Avery. I said, hey, so there's like a fire, so I'm just gonna be like a little bit late.
Yeah.
And then I hung up the
I'm
phone, and then my boss had gotten
screaming.
there, so then I took her out to the fire, and then we kind of just like waited around for the firemen to show up. They made it in like 15 minutes. Perfect, great. He's like, where's the fire? I was like, that way. And he just took off. And I was like, I'm assuming he doesn't want me to go with him, seeing as he's putting on his fire gear, and I don't have any of that. So,
Were they hot?
like, it was just like older guys. But like, that's
Okay.
like definitely something I was looking for. But,
Totally.
so.
You're like, wait, I need to get fixed up before 911
Yeah,
gets
so
here.
they walk out there with like no resources, like just like a walkie-talkie in their fire suits, and I was like, am I like crazy?
Where's
like
the hose?
I was like, am I crazy? Like, do they think this fire is like not big? Do they think it's like a wimpy fire and I shouldn't have called?
No.
And so they're like the three of them, like there's three of them, and they walk
fire.
out there, and then like I don't know, 5 or so minutes later, one of them comes like running back out. And gets into they brought a fire truck, and then they brought a smaller truck that has like a water tank on it with the hose. And so he like gets into that truck and fucking like drives through the woods, like just like I was like, there's no path. He just takes it right up in there. And then they
God.
spend like I don't know, 25-30 minutes putting out the fire.
Damn.
And then the fire chief shows up, just, check everything out, make sure there's nothing else there. And they were super nice. They said that, like, if this had happened 2 weeks ago, it would have spread, like, to, like, 25 acres. It was a quarter of an acre large when they got there.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Okay, so you were right.
I was right. And so he was like, if this had happened 2 weeks ago, because Florida is in, like, a mega drought right now. Yeah. It's like, so if it had happened 2 weeks ago, it would have spread to, like, probably 25 acres. Because it just, like, we have nothing. And so, because it rained a couple nights ago, he was like, it was going to be okay. It would have spread more had we not gotten here, like, when we did. So,
yeah.
I saved the world,
I mean,
is what I did.
I'm just geeking at you being like, was it a wimpy fire? Should I not have called? Like, I'm gonna be so real. I don't think there's such thing as a wimpy fire, because ultimately every fire starts wimpy and then they all grow. Because that's what fire does. But I see what you're saying. It's like you almost feel like if you're not in imminent danger, calling.
Well, because 911 is like, are you
emergency
hurt?
resources?
Is anyone in danger? And I was like, no, but
No,
there's
you're
a
like, shut
fire.
up.
And I'm over here, I'm like, we have this. I was saying, like, the exact amount of people that were on site and the exact amount of animals that we have. And he was
Yeah.
like, got it. And I was like, is this what you need to know?
Well, that's the other
like,
thing. I mean, like, you have animals. Like, I'm assuming those woods back up to where your animals live
Yeah.
and, like, play
Mhm.
and stuff. So, no, I mean, that's their job. Look, I mean, one time I called the fire department to my apartment because there was a fire alarm going off, but there wasn't any, like, smoke. Like, obviously nobody was, like, running out of the building. So I was like,
Yeah.
oh, it's probably fine. But I also was like, I'm just not going to risk it. So I called, and then they showed up, and they were like, yeah, it's just, like, malfunctioning. So if that makes you feel better, I called the fire department, and there was no fire.
fire's gone. Everybody's safe. Everyone's good. The firemen were very kind. And
Yeah, they're always really nice.
they were super nice. He was like, yeah, for the past 2-3 hours, we've been responding to calls like this because of the lightning just, like, everywhere in my area.
That's so crazy.
Isn't it? And so, like...
And I can't believe it took them 30 minutes to put out a fire that was only a quarter of an acre. Like, again, I don't know how big an acre is, but it's just crazy.
I think it's because you, like... They have to make sure it's not going to come back. Like,
Yeah,
they can't
yeah,
really
they're, like...
leave a spark behind. So I think they were just being thorough. And it's really... What's the word I'm looking for? It's like a really thick forest. Like, it's like covered in like stuff that would make a good fire. Like there's you
Mhm.
can't really like walk through that forest easily because it's just covered in like shrubbery and palm fronds and all this like
And
debris.
he drove through that
And he
bitch.
drove
He
through it.
said, "Well, you're a national hero today."
I seem to, cause I seem to just have like the worst luck when it comes to like I always find myself in situations like this. I swear to God, I think it's because the universe just knows I become very calm in very chaotic situations. So I
Yeah.
become very equipped to handle them, but like that doesn't mean I want to.
No,
Okay.
that's not, why your purpose in life.
No. It always seems to be me.
I see what you're saying. It's chaos.
Yeah. Chaos
And you're at the
chaos
helm.
finds me. And
Yeah.
I can't escape it.
No, I feel like that's just like how some people are. Well, I'm glad you're okay. I'm glad the little animals are okay.
Me too. That it could have been really, really bad, and I'm glad it was yes, it was like chaotic, but I'm glad it was so calm and like easily
I'm glad
resolved.
it wasn't like
It was chill, like everything was gonna be okay because I called in time and I caught it. Like we were good.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to your coworker who
She was like, "What's the smoke?" I was like, "What
saw
smoke?"
the smoke.
But I was like actively breathing it in. Like as soon as she pointed out the smoke, the entire area was foggy. Just somehow I had like
Yeah.
erased that.
Well, also when you said it's like the smell of burning leaves, I feel like that's something that like I'll smell that all the time if I'm visiting my
Mhm.
parents or something.
Yeah.
It's not like we've never.
Yeah, no,
There's
I
other
just like, and
reasons for
I
that.
smelled that before because people around us will like burn their trash. So I just didn't even like,
Doesn't that smell bad?
yeah. But it smells more like smoke than anything else. I just don't
Trash.
particularly like the smell of smoke. But like, so I just was like, la di da di da. Let me finish my day. Let me go home and let me record and
You're
then let me
like-
watch the Oscars.
You're like, I'm off the clock.
I'm leaving.
Speaking of the Oscars, I probably am not gonna watch, so I feel like you should post on our story like your favorite looks whenever
Okay.
they come up.
Do that.
If you want to. And we can talk about it next week. Not to change the subject.
No, we're
here,
good.
But
To learn from this lesson that I have shared, always check out the smoke. Don't put
always
yourself
look
in
the
danger.
sky.
But like, if you have dry lightning and you live somewhere where you are actively in a drought, just go check it
I didn't know you guys were in a drought.
out. Just go check it out. Yeah, we're in a drought.
That's so surprising
We're in a
because
drought.
how much it rains there.
It's because like we're in our dry season, and
Yeah.
so as soon as we like truly enter our like wet season or our hurricane season, we're like okay. But for now,
Yeah.
we're not. We're just
Crazy. I always think about like when you used to live in Kansas, it was around the same time that movie Twisters came out. And I called you after I saw it and I said, we have got to get you out of
we have
there.
to get you out of there.
We cannot. And then you just moved to another place that has natural disasters.
Yeah, but
I
like
said,
someone made
the
a really great
hurricanes
point because like a hurricane,
don't worry me as much.
you also know a hurricane is coming.
Totally.
And not that I can leave because I have to stay because I have to ride it out because the animals can't leave, but I will be okay.
There's things you can do versus a tornado can literally come out of thin air, quite literally. And I just remember calling you saying, we gotta bring you home.
gotta go.
We can't have you out there in Kansas. Anywho, we have a good lineup of shows this week actually. Do you want to start with our reunions?
Yeah.
Should we do Love is Blind or Vanderpump?
Let's do Love is Blind.
Cool. Okay, so we're gonna go through all of our other shows, and then we're gonna do 1 through 4 of Mormon Wives, the new season. I'm excited to talk about that. All right, let's talk Love is Blind.
Heck yeah, man. Obviously, we found out that Christine and Vic are married.
Yay!
Which I knew that was gonna happen. Had no doubt. It was just
Yeah,
nice to have it like confirmed.
Well, and I saw people say they're definitely together because their outfits match.
Yeah, that's funny. I like that.
I was like, that's true. Yeah, they're just so sweet. And like one thing also that I noticed about Vic during the entire reunion is that anytime one of the other women was speaking, he would make the active effort to like turn around and look at them or like turn whichever way and make sure that he was like actively listening. And I thought that was like so interesting because it was just something that I noticed. Like he was so engaged in what everybody had to say. So I'm very happy for them.
Well, that's fun. I didn't even notice that.
I know. Speaking of the married couples, I did think it was kind of fun that they had like the successful couples.
Yeah,
from
they had all the couples
other
sitting next to each
seasons.
other. Except for
Yeah.
Jess and Chris.
I was talking about like the ones from previous seasons in the audience.
Sorry, I should have let you
But
finish.
yes, I did notice that too. I thought that was actually diabolical of the producers to make them sit next to their ex.
Yeah, well, they didn't do that with Jess because wasn't he sitting
thank
far away?
God.
Yeah.
She probably was like, I literally will not do that. But yeah, I thought that was crazy. I did think it was fun though. Something I have to point out before we get into the current couples, obviously. You didn't watch the Charlotte season.
No.
That was a really good season, and I lived in Charlotte at the time in which they did that one.
Okay.
And there were two contestants from the Charlotte seasons who actually got engaged to each other, and then they ended up not making it to the weddings, but they were sat next to each other in the audience. I know that they are friends. Like, I think that they were pretty cordial after everything happened, and it was just like it was drama, but I just thought that was so messy. Like, I wonder if they were sat next to each other on purpose or if like they chose to sit next to each other. I would love to know. Chelsea and Jimmy. One time I did see Jimmy at Target.
Wait, are you for real? Like, actually, point blank?
So for real. I was like, if anyone's from Charlotte listening, I was at the Target in Metropolitan in like Dilworth area, and I was walking in and I saw him like getting a cart, and we made eye contact, but I obviously didn't say anything. This was pre hair transplant glow up, and I feel like you need to watch that season.
What does that even mean?
He got a hair transplant.
Damn.
He was balding on the show and he got a hair transplant, which honestly, more of you men need to be doing.
Yeah. When you get a hair transplant, does the hair slowly grow over time, or do they straight up put like a whole head of hair on your head?
No, it grows over time.
Interesting.
It's like really icky looking. Like, anytime I see a video of it, I like gag because I can't really handle anything like gross like that, any blood or anything. But yeah, no, and typically people go to Turkey. Anyway, back to the couples of the show. I feel as though we should start with our couple who is no longer married.
Yeah,
Jordan.
I think that's
Amber.
a great segue. They lasted 4 months, he said.
Mm-hmm.
Did she look really different to you?
Yes. I think she may have gotten her lip filler
taken
dissolved.
out.
Yeah.
Dang. Something looked very off with her. I'm sure she's been very stressed during this like segue of time, because this was all so long ago now.
Yeah, oh my God. At least a year ago, if not, a year and a half to 2 years.
So they lasted 4 months. Neither of them would move for each other, which I think was like the ultimate downfall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I will say I always felt that Jordan was giving like, I'm just not gonna move and I'm just gonna wait it out and eventually she'll cave type thing.
Yeah, I was really confused. I understood. Well, first of all, I just want to say understand why Amber wouldn't move. That's unstable for your. I think she would move if she didn't have a kid. Like,
absolutely,
your kid needs stability, not just moving to move. Like, you have to move for like a purpose. I don't know.
Yeah. Even if she was like truly a single parent in that there was no other, like, her daughter didn't have a father in the picture, like, I even think she would have moved then.
Yeah.
But it was like, she doesn't want to inconvenience the father of her daughter when like this man who she met in these pods 3 weeks ago is unattached to anything in, where did he live? Columbus or whatever. Like, he easily could have
he
moved.
lived in like a city and she lived in Mount Vernon.
Yeah, I just don't think that like that makes any sense to me. Like, I understand like marriage is compromised and whatnot, but that is, in my opinion, if you are the person without the child, I think that that's your burden to bear.
Yeah,
to be the one
I
that
agree.
moves.
I understand, but like, is Mount Vernon really like as secluded as he says, you think?
I can't imagine it is. And also, she literally said it's a 45-minute drive.
Yeah, that made my jaw drop. I said, just commute, you asshole.
I think I said this literally last Reality Digest, that I no longer listen to. Actually, it might have been a Fame Files we were recording. The Vile Files podcast, I like no longer listen. But yesterday I was running some errands. I was just like out and about, so I had my headphones in. And they had on Amber and Brittany on the pod. And so I listened because I was like, I want to know what they have to say. And she said that like he literally works remote. He works from home.
Oh, so fuck off. I understand you want to be close to your friends and stuff, but like, you can still see your damn friend. She wasn't keeping you from something.
I always think about this too. Like, your friends, if they were put in that situation, like, they would absolutely like there's I would say 90% chance that your friends would move for their partner. So like I just don't think you should ever make a big decision like that based on what other people are planning
Absolutely.
to do.
Also,
Because they're going to move eventually, probably. More than likely.
as somebody who has lived, is living, like, I've been surrounded by this for a lot, is I live for 35 minutes to 40 minutes from a grocery store.
Yeah.
So get over it.
No, it's just crazy to me. Like, people who live in the suburbs of cities, like somebody who works in DC, like, easily lives 45 minutes out of the city.
Mhm.
Like, that is such a normal commute. I used to live 25 minutes away from my office in Charlotte, and my commute home was literally an hour and a half because of the traffic. And I mean, don't get me wrong, like that it sucked, and so I eventually moved closer. There were people who were doing the opposite. They were moving further away. So it's just like that was really dramatic to me. I just think that he wasn't like ready for all of this, and I think he started to realize. So then we had this whole conversation about her blacking out at his best friend's wedding.
That was weird.
She talked about that on the podcast too, and it definitely, I don't want to like dissect that too much because obviously that's like she said a lot of things on that podcast that contradicted what he said, but I will say this, that there are obviously two sides to every story, and I definitely think that's the case here.
Mhm.
Like I think he is telling it very differently than how she would tell it, and I think both are true in a certain sense. Like I don't know, I think it's tough. I do think that, you know, he probably wouldn't have brought it up had she not like kind of come at him in the way that she did. But I think he's like, well, if you're gonna start accusing me of being a bad person, then like I'm gonna just be honest about why I ended this.
Yeah, that's fair.
I also, what do you think about her? I do personally do not think that it is his responsibility to explain anything to his daughter.
To her daughter.
Sorry, yes, to her daughter.
Yeah, that, she was like, you didn't even say bye.
I just feel like
Does he have
that
to?
would make it worse. Like if I had a daughter and like she had gotten to know this man and then he suddenly decides that he like no longer wants to be in my life or or her life, I wouldn't want him to say that.
Yeah, I
would
think I
rather
would
explain it to
prefer
her.
all information come from me.
Yeah.
But I also see the other side where it's like they just really, really, like the kid just really, really wants to hear from that person.
Totally.
So I get it. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. I did think her outburst walking off the stage was
It was
slightly
came out of
dramatic.
nowhere. I really felt like there wasn't enough going on for her to do that.
Agreed. I felt as though her behavior was a bit erratic, but I do kind of maybe just feel like that's her personality.
Mhm.
And I do genuinely like Amber, and I like
I
her
do
that
too.
she stands
Yeah.
up for the other women.
100%.
So while I do think that Jordan's issues with her were probably valid in a sense, I think she's right when she said to him, like, you weren't ready for this, and I told you not to do this if you weren't ready, and you did it anyway.
Mhm.
So do better next time, Jordan.
Yeah. And then just to go through the other couples, I don't think we need to talk about Emma and Mike because we have other stuff to talk about. They're not together. Whatever.
I felt the only thing I will say is I do feel as though she was a little bit hurt when she realized that
He was
had
in a
partner
relationship.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Jess and Chris, obviously they were done. But Jess is now dating another doctor.
A doctor. Haramal is his name, I think.
I don't remember. Anyways, she seems to be very, very happy, and I'm very happy for her. He was on the season, but I don't remember him being like followed.
No.
So
I actually wish they had, because clearly they had a connection in the pods, and so they probably dated for a while.
Yeah, I don't know.
It sounds like maybe he kind of freaked out.
Yeah,
and,
like, that's what I got too.
Maybe left early. I was actually like crying when he took the mic and was like talking about her. I was tearing up. That was so sweet.
No, he was
specifically
so sweet.
specifically when he said, I wrote it down because I didn't want to forget it. When he said to wake up a woman's heart without following through is like the worst thing you can do. I was like, sorry, this man is not real.
Spitting bars.
Spitting mic drop to
Mic
the fullest
drop.
extent.
I hope that they have the best life and they stay together forever.
Me too. I mean, and Chris, I mean, I did appreciate that Nick Lachey was like, dude, seriously? You have nothing else to add? I just hope that Chris, like, understands what he did wrong. Like, I was getting so annoyed at his pouting throughout the whole thing, and but, like, who set this system up?
You know what he was doing? Man was, like, mewing up there. He was like,
what is that?
It's when you, like, make your jawline, like, sharp. and you like technically if you hold your like tongue up to the roof of your mouth and you give yourself an underbite, that's what everyone does on like the red carpet, I guess. I don't know. So he's up there like serving face, like trying to serve face while like looking pouty and stuff because he's mad.
It was getting on my nerves how he was like acting like a little bitch baby, as if he didn't actively put himself in this situation. That was irritating me.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, Alex, I feel like I don't even like want to give him airtime because
No.
what the frick was that? He quite literally doubled down on everything he did and said.
Yeah, I can't believe they actually set them next to each other too.
Right.
I felt
Right.
she looks stunning.
Stunning,
My God,
gorgeous. She's
that
so
red dress
pretty.
was like actually drop dead gorgeous. That was my favorite
it's
look.
giving revenge
Yeah,
dress.
it was perfect.
Totally. But not Alex and Devontae living together.
Yeah, that's weird.
They were
That's
roommates.
sketch as hell is what that is.
Sorry. You have a roommate as a grown ass man in your 30s, but also you have a child on the way? Make that make sense.
I don't get it. But let's talk about Connor and Bree.
Mm-hmm.
They are together.
You were right.
I was
I
right.
did not think they were going to be together.
It's weird. Like
It's a little weird, yeah. But I am genuinely
Oh,
happy
I'm
for
happy
them, I
for
think.
if this is a real true genuine relationship, good for you. But I'm gonna say something. I think Connor might deserve better.
I've seen that. I've seen people saying that
And
online.
I'll tell you why. Because Bree is just she's such a mean girl, and she's a girl who is like has guy friends because she can't have girls friends, you know?
Yeah.
And not that there's not like something in that, but like just her story of them when they went to that concert and she's referring to Devontae as Devo and Connor wasn't invited. That felt weird to me.
But Devontae wasn't even. He invited himself.
But then she's referring to him like they're best friends.
No, I do think but this is the thing though. I don't disagree with you. If I were Brittany, I would have been hurt by that too. I did listen to Caitlin Bristow off the Vine podcast. She had Bree on, and Bree was talking about that instance, and she was like, I just think like I'm just not close with Brittany as that like Devontae and what's his name? Connor are good friends. And so I'm not close with Brittany, and so when he was telling me that like he had discussed it with her, like I didn't feel the need to reach out. She also did say, I think she said something along the lines of like, I had literally seen Brittany like a week before the reunion and everything was fine. And she didn't say anything to me about it. So it hurt my feelings that she brought it up then.
Oh, that's weird. I don't like that.
I think she said that. I could be mistaken, but I think that that's the case. I don't know. Okay, this is the other thing too. The reason that Devontae wanted to go to that concert had nothing to do with Bree. It was because he wanted to try and hit on Ashley.
You think?
That's what I've heard. Like I know that for a fact. Like Brittany said it on the podcast. I'm pretty sure Bree said something alluding to it. He was interested in Ashley. I think, but this was what it was giving to me. To me, it was giving Devontae just happened to be there when these three girls were talking about this concert. And they were all drinking or something, and then he mentioned that he wanted to go, and so they invited him because they felt bad, and then he actually came. But like, I feel like they
okay,
didn't
that's
realize,
really funny. That's kind of
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I feel
They're
like that's what happened.
Oh, you can come. And then he
like,
actually
how
does.
many times have you done that? I've done that
a lot.
where I'm like, oh my god, you should come because I just feel bad because we're talking about it in front of somebody, and then like usually they don't end up coming. But I feel like that's what happened. So I will say, like, I'm not Bree's biggest fan, but I do feel as though that situation was not her fault.
I can get behind that. Maybe she just got kind of, well, now that you're saying, like, she had just seen Brittany, so she didn't even realize Brittany was mad. I can see her getting really, like, flabbergasted at the reunion, and then, like, she kind of comes off in a way she didn't mean to come off as. Because I was just getting really bad, like, sketchy vibes from that. But if she was, like, kind of blindsided by that, I can see that being, like, a factor in why she was, like, sounding the way that she was.
Yeah. And I mean, to be clear, I'm fully on Brittany's side. Devontae is an immature
Devontae
liar,
should have.
absolutely.
Why did he not, like... And I would also be on the side of, like, how were the girls supposed to know that he didn't tell her?
Totally. And I mean, Bree did say, she's like, Brittany and I, like, weren't friends at all.
She did say that, yeah.
Yeah, I think my biggest thing with it was, like, I understand why her feelings are hurt. Mine would have been too. And those girls probably wouldn't be somebody that I would, like, put my trust in from then on out. I just feel as though she was misdirecting her
anger,
like, emotions towards them when it should have been, like, I don't know, like, I always err on the side of, like, the person who you're in the relationship with is like ultimately it's their responsibility. I did think that this reunion was really good.
Oh, I liked it. I actually did like it, except for the little part about them trying to score goals on each other. There's a video with Devontae and Alex.
Yeah, that
I
was
was like, this is
stupid.
dumb.
I did not need
But
to see
other than
that.
that, I really didn't mind it at all. I actually enjoyed my time. I was sad when it was over.
Yeah, I felt like they didn't leave any stone unturned.
No, I feel like
loved,
they went pretty hard on everybody.
I would have loved to see somebody like actually cuss Chris out.
I know that was
but
disappointing.
I think they've been listening to the criticism and the feedback.
Mhm.
So good
Yep.
on you, Love Is Blind. I think I'm suspecting a new season in like September, October maybe.
I wonder where.
I think it's going to be in Boston this time. I know I said that this last time, but I think this one is
Okay.
actually going to be in Boston. So we'll see. I'm kind of sad it's over, but I'm excited to keep up with some of these people.
Yeah.
For the next few months and see what the vibe is. Our second reunion of the week and second show ending is Vanderpump Rules season one of the reboot. I'm gonna say
Season 1 of the
12
reboot.
technically,
Yeah,
but
that's fair.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't ever understand why we need a 2-parter reunion, but
I felt like this part was like so unnecessary.
yeah, I was like,
agree
I
with you.
didn't learn anything. Like,
Yeah.
everything that was said, I was just like, okay, sure.
I am surprised that Angelica apologized to Audrey.
And Audrey apologized to her.
Yeah, that surprised me.
That surprised me too. Well, what was so funny is like Angelica's just sitting there, but everyone's screaming at Audrey for how mean she was to Angelica. But like Angelica's not included in the screaming moment. I'm like, everybody needs to calm down. Let me let the
Right.
girl speak.
I also think to Audrey's point about like it's not like I was just going in on her for 10 minutes straight. Like it's obviously the edit.
Yeah.
I think that that's always a good point to bring up. Of course, it's TV and they make it look worse than it probably was. I mean, she still got up and left, so whatever. But I did think it was interesting. I felt actually like there were more people defending Audrey at the reunion than there were in the episode.
I agree. I didn't really get that, like the switch up.
I honestly wonder if they watched it back and they were like, wow, Angelica actually deserved that. Because truly, if you really get down to it, Audrey did not do anything to Angelica this season. She was nothing but like trying to be a good like person to Angelica.
Yeah, and they were like trying to be friends.
And Angelica consistently talked badly about her, shared her information, condescended her. So like I feel like if I were watching it back, I'd just be like, honestly, did she maybe take it too far? Yes. Did Angelica kind of deserve it? Also, yes. The thing that I thought was so bizarre was Lisa's behavior towards Shane.
Oh my god, she was gonna cradle him like a little baby. She's about to pick him up and put him in her lap.
Julia, in 11 seasons of Vanderpump Rules, Lisa Vanderpump has never gotten out of her seat to console a person while they are actively filming the reunion.
I was just a little confused.
She would make the only thing that I've seen even remotely close is like if somebody walks off during the reunion, like she might run after them. But I've never in my life seen her get up and do what she did to Shane to anyone on this show in seasons. That was bizarre, and it's really giving like one-sided relationship. I don't know. It was very strange to me.
It was really strange. And
I was
like,
uncomfortable.
Yes, he's talking about like really crazy shit. Like he had a really rough life. But
totally. It was reminding me actually of Drew Barrymore a little
bit. Yeah, same.
When he was talking about his addiction.
But yeah, she really did. I thought she was gonna pick him up and swaddle him.
Me too. I literally thought she was about to like kiss him on the lips. I was like, Lisa, what are we doing? Like she is just not like a set. Like,
I'm curious if it's because like she saw like the original Vanderpump crew like grow up through all of that and like go through all of that, and she saw herself do all of that, and she's trying, I don't want to say do better, but like maybe she didn't like how she reacted in the past, and so now she has like a new chance with a new crew to like treat them differently. I don't know, not in like a bad way or anything, but she just is like changing how she is going about certain things.
No, I could see that for sure. There are also a couple of sobriety storylines with the original cast, James Kennedy in particular, and she obviously for some reason has this unwavering loyalty to James Kennedy, so maybe she sees a little bit of James and Shane. I don't in the slightest. The only thing they have in common is their addiction problems. James Kennedy is a horrible human being.
Yeah.
But I just thought that was so strange. But I do like Shane. However, Why did he hook up with Angelic after Pride? That was a bomb drop.
That was crazy. And the fact that he slept with Natalie. Because they said,
Did they sleep together?
yes, because
Yeah, they did.
Audrey's, or like, he's like, and only 2 of them were in this cast, but I wasn't going to air that out until Audrey screamed 2.
Yeah.
So yeah, the other one is Natalie. I guess. I don't know.
They seem like they're in this really
They're
weird...
in this really weird situationship. And I was right. I called it from the damn post.
You did! Oh my god, that post where they're
I said,
hugging
why is she posting pictures of just the 2 of them, and why is he holding her like that?
You're so right. I didn't even think about that. Oh my god, I totally think they're going to be dating by the next season.
Probably. Which I feel like is going to cause some weird things with Angelica, even though she supposedly has this like whack-ass relationship
That they all hate.
where she's going to have a baby soon
She's delusional.
and get married.
I mean, honestly, I hope that for her. She wants to get married and have a baby so bad. I just hope that she goes ahead and does it.
But like, why with this man? Is he cute? What does he look like?
I don't know. He's probably on her Instagram. One thing about Angelica that she reminds me of Brittany Cartwright, which is Jax Taylor's wife / ex-wife.
Okay. Yes, the girl who went on Special Forces.
Totally, yeah, for 5 minutes. Brittany Cartwright is this. She reminds me of Angelica. Like Kim and Demi and all these people are sitting here telling her, we don't like him. We don't think he's good for you. He doesn't treat you right, and she just will never listen. It's totally Brittany Cartwright coded. So if I had to get, and the only thing that's going to make her move on from him is if she gets out of him exactly what she wants, being a marriage and a child, and then she will have to end up divorcing him. That is going to be Angelica's trajectory.
Yikes. That just doesn't sound fun to me.
No, it doesn't. No. Something that I audibly laughed out loud at was when Venus said that his real name was Clint.
Oh my god, imagine like he's on the show, his name is fucking Clint.
Like, thank God he changed
Thank
it to
God, Venus is perfect.
Who names a baby Clint?
I
How do
don't
you
know.
have this little adorable baby that you birth and you name it Clint? Anyway,
I feel that way about a lot of names.
Same. The only other thing that stood out to me was Kim talking about how she felt like she lost her sense of self and like she really would love to show the audience her individuality. I would.
How are you gonna
1000%
do
agree,
that
and
when you're still dating the same man?
Totally. I would love to see her try. I would love to see Kim put in more effort. I felt like she did not put in any effort to be entertaining this season at all and show her real
Not really.
authentic self.
Yeah.
I can't believe that's a wrap on Vanderpump.
I know. But it's gonna come back.
It will.
They were much more respectful to
Probably.
Andy this time.
They all do that. You clearly haven't watched enough Bravo.
I know. Well, no, I
reunions
have, but like it's gonna irritate me every time I see it. It's like beyond irritating.
Trust, it irritates him too.
Below Deck, honestly, kind of a boring episode because
Agreed.
well, what's funny is it's kind of like a gender role flip, which like all for it, but it's the men gossiping and like the women getting mad about
Yeah.
it. That just like made me like laugh so hard.
How funny is that? Daisy telling Mike to stop being a gossip?
Yeah,
Like,
just stop it.
I bet you he's never been told that in his life,
No.
which is why he gossips so
Yeah.
much.
But yeah, so Alicia's mad that Mike's airing out that she was texting Eddie, all that jazz, blah blah blah. Jenna's hurt because she's like, I'm not gonna be like Eddie's like seconds. But Eddie claims he doesn't even remember the text messages, and I'm like, that's some BS right there. I do not believe you.
I don't either.
I don't believe you.
Especially, like, I just feel like the first thing I do in the morning is, like, look at my text messages. You would have seen that in your phone.
Yeah, like, I don't believe you. But I digress. They're about to have a rough time with these guests.
I agree. This is not
This
going
is
well
not
already.
a good charter to have after you've already had the morale go down.
Totally. And typically I would say the show was dramatizing it because I felt like that's always what happened with Ned. But we saw from the last guest that like they actually did get like bad reviews.
Yeah.
So I'm nervous.
She's like, is this your best? He's like, what? What?
Okay, 2 things about this. It was strange to me that they took cameras to New York to film the guest
prior. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Yeah, that's really strange. I wonder if she like struck some deal with production and was like, we'll be on your show if you like highlight my business or something.
Maybe.
I don't particularly like this primary.
Yeah, I'm
not sure I've ever liked a primary.
I just feel like the type of trips they're looking for are not on a charter yacht. They're on a yacht that you own.
That's a great point.
Like, I don't know if that makes any sense, but like, because at the end of the day, this yacht doesn't work for you.
Right. And I think that there's certain limitations that you have to accept when you're literally vacationing on a floating vessel in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
That these guests are not willing to accept, and I think that's going to be the biggest issue.
Yeah, that and
Daisy's saying, unfortunately, we're out of the spring roll stuff because we can only keep so much of everything in our kitchen because this is a boat.
Yeah.
This isn't a restaurant.
That and Ben is just, it's not going to be good.
One of my least favorite type of person is the one who like constantly thinks that everyone around them like owes them their best. And that they are entitled to try and push people to be like quote unquote the best version of themselves. Like I can't stand people who do that. It's like I understand that you're paying a shitload of money to be on this trip. I totally get that, and you want the best service. You asking Ben, who has been a chef for, if I had to guess, 30 years at this point, if this is his best, what makes you qualified to like ask questions of that of somebody who's like literally a professional?
That and like how are you judging that when you're not a Top Chef judge?
Right. You're not Kristen from Top Chef. You're not Hot Chef.
You're not Hot Chef.
And like I guess I just feel as though like I understand that they work for them in the sense that they're paying for this charter, but like he's not your employee. He's the chef working on the boat where you're vacationing.
Yeah. See, yeah, you're saying what I'm saying. It's just like it would be different if this crew only worked for you and like you were their only like guest ever because it's your boat.
Yeah. You're paying their salaries, that type of thing. I thought that was a bit strange.
So we'll see how next episode goes.
We also had that little thing with Joao. I do not think Joao is into Ellie at all.
No, I don't think so either. I think he's into Daisy.
Agreed.
But
love that
he's not going to be able to get Daisy because she doesn't want to be in a relationship with the crew. But maybe she'll change her mind. Maybe, I don't know. Joao's great.
Yeah, he seems really like a good guy.
Oh, and Batul's so funny being like told to take a break. She's like, no, I can't. And they're like,
I was like, Batul,
you have to go take a nap. And Mike's like begging for a break all the time. He's just always sitting down.
Mike's not even asking to take a break.
No, he's just taking a break.
And Batul over. I mean, seriously, like, do we have to say any more? Mike, Batul, there's just no comparison.
There's no comparison.
But I like Batul.
I love her. She's so funny. She's like saying like, that's your roommate. You can't do that. Preach.
Literally, she's like, Alicia, please be a good friend.
Yeah. Preach. Thank you.
And somebody had to say it. And it's just, you just forgive Batul for saying that kind of stuff because she said we were all thinking. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
It's like you can't even get mad at her.
No.
Somebody you can get mad at is every single man on Summer House.
Jesus.
God, they get on my nerves so bad.
Okay, this was Amanda's birthday party episode, right?
Correct.
Okay. So at least Kyle actually got her a present. But
the Cartier watch. Yeah. That was a really pretty watch.
But if this is the first time he's ever done good on a present, would be an extremely red flag for me in the sense that like something's wrong. You know?
Totally.
And obviously something was.
Something is wrong.
But like she was so excited. And just seeing that, like, excitement from her, I'm like, why does Kyle not want to do this all the time?
I know. Well, I mean, it just goes to show, like, he just has no respect for her as his wife. Yeah. Otherwise, if somebody doesn't put effort into stuff like that, it's because they don't care.
She's, like, calling everyone. And I'm like, this is crazy. Like, this should be a normal thing.
And it's obvious that Sierra is the one who put this birthday celebration together for her.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if I noticed
Not her
that,
husband.
But yeah, I believe.
Her deadbeat husband.
That. But,
like, hello?
What I really want to talk about is Ben losing his mind.
I'm so glad you brought this up because I've been dying to talk about it.
I hope he gets, like, a little smack in the face and say, you can't talk to women like that. You can't talk to anyone like that. But you just can't talk. You just can't do that. That was inappropriate. He's screaming in her face in a room where no one else is.
I mean, I don't necessarily think that he was screaming, but I definitely did not appreciate his tone.
The tone was scary.
Yeah, it was intimidating sure.
I just don't think some men understand that, like, their tone in addition to, like, their height, like, they just don't understand how scary they can come off.
Absolutely.
And so I don't think he genuinely meant it in that way, like he meant to come off that way. I think he just got a little bit, like, he's probably drinking too, so everything's just a little bit heightened. And obviously Bailey did not mean for it to come off that way. She likes Ben, so she's going to make fun of him. And I don't understand why Ben cannot see that.
Me neither. I think that that's the real issue here. Like, she's quirky. It's funny because as I was watching it, I literally wrote down that I really like Bailey because she is so quirky. And then I'm not even kidding you, 10 seconds later,
She does that.
joke came out of her mouth.
Like, yes, it was inappropriate. Like, yes, it was not a great joke to make. She meant nothing by that, and the fact that you got that heated
No.
tells me that you think there's merit to that.
Okay, this is my thing. I have two thoughts. I agree with you. I think he does kind of have a little crush on Amanda.
And that's not a big deal. It's not like you're doing anything about it. You're not gonna go sleep with her. Like, it's okay.
But also, I think that I think she made a great point when she said if a guy had made that joke, they all would have laughed.
They would have.
If Jesse Solomon had said that joke, it would have been a gag.
Yeah. I think he owes her an apology because she has been in an abusive relationship before, so you can imagine how she's feeling when she's alone with a man in a room and he is talking to her like that.
I just think that they don't know each other well enough for him to have like confronted her that way.
I
I
agree.
think it would have been like a much better situation if he had just had like Amanda and Sierra or one of the other girls like go and talk to her about it and be like, look, like I understand that it's just your sense of humor, you were making a joke, but like he didn't think it was funny and I don't want you to be uncomfortable because this is the thing, now it's spiraled
And now she's not going to go out with everybody. Like,
she feels embarrassed, now she's crying, now she's staying home.
we could have just pulled her off to the side later while they're all getting like pre-gaming and been like, hey, like I wasn't really comfortable with that joke, can you just not make it again? And she would have been like, I'm so sorry.
Totally.
No problem.
That's such a good point because I can understand why he's like, what's going on? Like, why does she keep saying that about me? But you're so right. He fully could have pulled her aside and just been like, I understand that you thought it was funny. It's making me uncomfortable and I don't know anyone well enough in this house yet to like have jokes like that made about me. So if we could just cut it out, like that'd be great.
And it could have been really low key, like chill, like nothing had to become what it did, and it didn't even look like he like really felt bad that she didn't go with them.
No, he didn't. He did say at one point, like, well, I don't want her to be sad. But it's like, well, you just berated her like she was a child.
Like, let's replay the tapes.
I would be humiliated. I would be so embarrassed. I wouldn't have gone out either.
Yeah. Especially because he's already yelled at everybody else about how mad he is that she said that. So, like, everyone knows.
Right. So now, if I were her, I literally would not come back the next weekend either.
I don't know.
I would just be like, I don't know if this is
And also, like, it makes it even worse to, like, the cherry on top, like, she likes him. And, like, he just, like, shattered a little bit of her because she's like, oh, he'll never want me.
No, and I don't think they'll ever get together at this point.
And that's, like, there's also that factor that she's juggling now. She's like, and then you always have that spiral when you find out, like, one guy doesn't like you. You're like, oh, no guy could ever like me. So I'm sure she's having that, too. Because it's just, like, a natural little segue. So it's small, you know, it just happens. At least it happens to me.
I hate to say that, like, she shouldn't go next weekend because I wouldn't want her to, like, you know, take herself out of an opportunity for herself or to have a good time because of a man. But I have to say, like, if I were her, I would not be going to Summer House next weekend. I would be like, because I just genuinely don't feel as though anyone in that house has done anything to, like, welcome her and Levi in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they just don't really seem to really like them that much. And I don't really get why.
I feel like Levi, I get it a little bit because I don't feel like she's been there every weekend, maybe. But Bailey has. Yeah. And I feel like she's genuinely been trying to build friendships with people. Yeah. I actually think that she is probably the closest with Carl at this point.
Really?
From obviously, like, besides Levi. But yeah, I honestly don't think that I think Ben is, like, way too serious for someone like Bailey anyway. So I think she dodged a bullet there.
Yeah.
But I wish we had seen them have another conversation before the end of I'm like, I don't give a shit about this girl that Ben dated earlier in the year. I don't care about that.
Oh,
I want to see a conversation between him and Bailey.
Well, at least we know it'll be talked about at the reunion, so we can get some resolve there.
Totally. The only other thing this episode I feel like was really Sierra and Wes flirting, which I'm kind of over that.
When she goes, when Wes sits on you, that's how you know he likes you. What?
He's so weird.
What is he for?
Him and his baggy wide leg jeans. What's that about?
I don't know. That was weird.
Anyway.
That was odd.
Oh, Lord. Okay, well, should we get into our main event?
Yeah.
Secret Lives of Mormon Wives Season 4.
I mean, like, where to even start?
Where to even start?
Well, let's start with, like, everyone's good. Like, good on good terms. And they all kind of are collectively, like, over to me. Great. Don't care.
I actually was surprised to see her at some things.
Well,
like, that she was cordial.
Yeah, that, and, like, she also declined. So she's, like, filming some scenes, but she declined to be interviewed. So any of confessional, she's not there.
Right.
So
my
we're
guess
getting
is
no
that-
point of view from her at all.
Yes. So, okay, I will admit, I've finished the season already.
Okay.
So, I think what happened there, which you probably already know this, but this is my thought process, is that so she stops filming at all at a certain point in the season. Like, she's not even in the regular scenes.
And the confessionals are all filmed at the end, yeah, so she's just like, nah. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I was just like, okay. There's the producer is so funny though, doing like the cricket noise.
I know.
We see the Dancing with the Stars premiere where everyone's there, and we understand like how everyone also felt weird that Demi was there, so like that was fun to see.
Totally.
And like validating. I feel like I'm kind of like going everywhere, but like we also find out that Whitney and Jen and their husbands and their 8,000 kids all had to live together because Jen and I'm gonna blame Zach here couldn't get it together enough to get a house in time. So they're all living together.
We had the same amount of notice to get a home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So in episode 1, we kind of see this baby shower where it was made clear to me that 50% of this season was going to be about these clout chasing men that offer nothing to this show.
Why?
Other than that,
Why?
not a single one of them has changed. All of them are absolutely drinking the Kool-Aid of
I
the Mormon
do not
faith.
understand why Hulu thinks we want to see them.
Thank you. This is
I
what
don't
I don't understand either.
Get it? Do they have some kind of contract they've gotten stuck in where they have to show them in a certain amount of time? Because last I heard, this is called The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Okay?
Wives.
And I am all about being gender inclusive. But in the connotation of this show, it is about women. And the fact that I have to see a man is irritating. Especially these.
It is every other scene. Like, genuinely, I'm
It's
zoning
half
out.
the damn episode. I'm like scrolling through. I don't want to see that.
Same. The only time that I want to see these men on my screen is if their wives are right next to them and their mouths are shut.
Yeah.
I do not care. The whole premise of this show, Hulu needs a factory reset. The whole premise of this show is about the wives of these that come from a Mormon faith where men are the primary person in that marriage. And this show, the point of it is literally to show the opposite. And we have Pipsqueak Jordan over here interrupting Miranda at her baby shower
to say, hey, we're going on a boys trip.
And we're going to stand on our own 2 feet. Sorry, if I don't recall, I think your wives were the ones that went on Vanderpump Villa first, no?
God, it's really going to kickstart us. And who said it? Oh my God, someone was like, why do you need that? It was something along those lines. But I actually, wait, Loki, I think it might have been to me, but like, slight line.
She ate with that
Because
one.
Brett wasn't invited. LOL.
Yeah. She did say something snarky, which was good. I just feel as though the thing that I took away the most from this first episode, because obviously, like, the entirety of season 3 was like the fallout of Jordan and Jesse's marriage, and we're figuring out how awful of a human being he truly is, which is something that we really didn't get to see in the first 2 seasons. The thing that I took away from this episode was his level of hatred and jealousy towards women is unbelievable.
Oh my God, yeah. So I've talked about somebody with this, and they're like, he's taking all of his aggression, like hatred toward Jesse, and taking it out on all of these women. Like, it's just not gonna, he can't be stopped. He's gonna keep growing. He's terrifying.
There is nothing more that I want for Jessie than for her to leave this man. She hates him.
I don't.
This marriage.
I don't
is beyond
get the marriage
of return. We can't save it.
I don't get it.
I won't touch on the specifics, but like you'll see later in the season why she hasn't. And it does make sense, but I just like want nothing more for her than to take her and her kids away from this god awful man who, no matter, it's like my biggest thing with Jordan is that he talks about how he's done the work to change, but he's been in therapy. The therapist has given him these tools. He does not actually believe in the tools that the therapist has given him. He is only putting them into action because he knows that that's what he has to do to maintain his marriage. He does not believe in it, and he is not actually changing. He's just pretending to.
Yeah.
It's so transparent.
Like, Michaela's just trying to open her damn butterflies. And he's like, wait. wait, and she's like has to hold back the box.
What's with people in Utah interrupting to make announcements? Like, has he been hanging out with Brittany Bateman?
I guess so. Anyway,
Insane.
yeah.
The only other thing that I noticed, this was literally like the very beginning of the episode, Taylor way too flirty with Chase for my liking.
Ew, yeah, it's gross. It's gross.
Didn't like
It's
that.
gross, and it made Miranda cry.
Totally. Episode 2, honestly, I have like 2 notes for this episode because
Fine,
all
yeah.
I wrote was that I hate Jacob being all like buddy with Jordan.
I didn't like that either, and I don't think that Macy likes it at all.
His mask is falling.
Yeah, I'm getting a little scared.
And then the only other thing I noticed was that every other scene was these men.
It's horrible, horrendous.
It's infuriating. Episode 3. At this point, Dakota and Taylor literally need restraining orders against
They
each
do,
other.
and well, did they not have one? That's what's so funny.
Because of all the
Yeah.
arrest stuff.
I feel like
I
at one
doubt
point
it.
they might have had one. Let's get it back. They just
They
need to like.
need-
Also, why is he still here?
Why is he still here?
Because at some point,
he
like,
clearly like doesn't even take care of his kid ever.
also they were just like never married, and so to me that just doesn't give him much of anything. There's no tether tying him to the show.
Totally.
He's not
I
an
mean, they're child,
ex-husband,
but yeah.
but like it's just like the principle. Just go.
Right.
Like you're not even good TV at this point because you're messing shit up.
He has evil in his core.
Yeah, he does.
He does.
He does. And
There's something like truly, I mean this so genuinely. Something in his brain is misfiring that makes him such a bad person that is unable to experience empathy for another human
well,
being.
and why do the men like him so much? Because was it Jacob who goes like he's actually really funny?
No, yeah, because he's a charming person. I feel like we've all met somebody like that that's so charming. I also have got to say, like, I go back and forth on Chase, but this was the episode where they showed that clip of what he said about Macy on his podcast, saying that like basically her only claim to fame is that her baby daddy died. That's actually a despicable thing to say about somebody. And if I were Macy, like, it makes sense why she reacted the way that she did at Layla's birthday party last season.
Yeah.
After I watched that scene.
That's fair.
I still think it wasn't an appropriate way to bring it up,
Mhm.
and I don't appreciate that they were kind of like steamrolling Layla, but like if somebody said that about me, I would also never speak to them again.
100%. Also, the two of them went on the villa thing, and
Yeah.
something that pissed me off is that like because Mason's just fully dating Layla, and he wouldn't tell her anything about what happened at the villa.
What was that about?
That made no sense to me. I feel like we're protecting
Like,
Dakota.
what?
What?
Huh? I'm sorry. Dakota's a grown-ass man. He's 32 years old. At his big age,
This is not a middle
for
school
real?
secret.
Seriously. Macy's husband was the only one who was like not acting diabolical, and now like even his mask has slipped. It just goes to show truly how deep misogyny runs in that religion. I shouldn't even say religion, in that ideology, because I'm sure that there are people who practice the Mormon faith that, don't feel that way.
Mhm.
But it just goes to show that, like, no matter how successful these women become, no matter how much money they make comparatively to their husbands, their husbands will never see their wives as their equals.
Yeah, they won't. They just like they can't.
And that's why I really wish that they would stop giving like those men a platform on this show, because it's just like driving that point home for them even more, that
Mhm.
like I actually do have something to do with my wife's success.
Yeah.
When the drama, no, we don't need you for that.
No, you can go.
We just want to see your wives leave you. That's the only
Oh,
reason you're
it'd be-
relevant.
It'd be glorious. It'd be glorious.
Was this the episode where we also saw them filming the reunion?
Yeah, it was 3 or 4 or something like that. Which is annoying within itself.
I know, like stop I mean, it sucks.
Well,
because,
literally the
like,
first half of this season is just the build up to the reunion.
Yes, and it sucks because they're obviously filming these seasons so fast that it's like it's relevant to the storyline, so that's why they have to show it.
Mhm.
But it is satisfying in a way to see,
Yeah,
Yeah. Like it makes you feel like you're not missing any context.
fair.
But I do think that something that Miranda said was really, she's so profound. Like everything that comes out of her mouth, I'm
Oh
like,
my god,
yes, I
she's
agree
so
with
like
you.
emotionally just like there. She always knows exactly what to say. She's really well like thinks through things super well.
She's so mature and like emotionally stable. She said at one point about like the whole Demi situation, how she feels like the women are going to have a hard time. She said, I think what she was saying was the reason that the women are not treating Demi with sensitivity is because the history of lack of sensitivity on Demi's end. And I thought that that was a perfect way to put that, because the way that Demi spoke about Jen when she was having her, depression when she found out that she was pregnant in season 2, it was horrible. She was horrible to Jen. She's saying that she's fake crying and all this stuff. She did the same exact thing to Whitney. So it's like Demi is expecting these women to handle her with care, but she's never given anyone else that same grace. Our last episode, episode 4, I feel like I actually had a lot for this episode.
Is this the Dancing with the Star night?
Yes. When Mom Talk travels to LA, dynamics shift as one member exits and another one's place is cemented.
Yes, 'tis.
Something that I thought was really sweet this episode was Michaela getting upset at Whitney's influencer event that she wasn't there for Whitney after she had her baby.
I thought that was really cute. She's like, but we're good now. Like, don't worry about it.
And it's so obvious to me that Whitney genuinely has changed as a person, because I feel like Whitney 2 seasons ago would have been like, yeah, I mean, like, that really sucked, but like, it's totally fine. But Whitney genuinely was shocked that Michaela even said that. Like, she wasn't even like thinking about it in that way.
Yeah. It was just like a nice little moment. I see, like I'm saying, like, I'm glad they're all like good right now. I don't know what's gonna change. Is something bad? Is it gonna be bad?
Yes. Well, not between like Whitney and Michaela.
But yeah, but like everybody else.
Yeah, the relationships definitely change. I actually think you're gonna see a huge shift in the second half of the episodes.
Oh no.
And I don't necessarily think you're gonna like it. But we've talked about this. I am not Taylor Frankie Paul's biggest fan.
I know.
What I will say is that when they took her to that speed dating event, like, she is so likable when she's acting like a normal person.
Oh, okay.
I cannot deal with her when she's wreaking havoc on everybody and everything in her life. But I did think that that was hilarious that Jesse and Miranda took her to that speed dating event as practice for the Bachelorette.
Well, she's got to practice. But I'm like how she had to have like Jesse go first.
No, literally.
And Jesse's like, don't worry. Like, I got it.
Jesse's like, just so you know, I am married.
But what would you put for this?
Right. No, she was cracking me up. Also, when that guy pulled up Taylor's picture of her headshot from The Bachelorette.
Oh my God. I would have been like,
is this you?
Never talk to me again. I'm so sorry. You gotta go. Bye.
I'd be like, cut the cameras.
Cut the shit.
It's also just funny because I would assume if you lived in Utah, like, you would, in my head, the entire population of Utah knows who Taylor Frankie Paul is.
I agree.
I do, however, want to see Miranda's journey to love. I
do too. I want her to date again and find somebody nice who's not those brothers and like find like a new family.
I know.
I also want Layla. I know they're broken up now. I think Layla and Mason.
They are.
Yeah. So yeah. I want her. I think actually she already has another boyfriend. She's had a new boyfriend every single season.
She has a new boyfriend?
I swear to God. Hold on. I just saw something.
God.
Hold on. Layla. I swear. Hold on. Well, I thought. I'll keep you guys updated.
Mason is definitely a lot more in like the back half of the season, but I do think that he like seems like a pretty good guy. I mean, obviously we don't really know what happened with their breakup yet.
Yeah, I am curious. I guess it won't be on this season, maybe next season.
Yeah, definitely.
Also, has Jessie already had her surgery? Her plastic surgery?
No.
She looks like crazy different.
I actually agree. I noticed that in the first episode, the very first scene that she was in, I was like, oh my God.
So are we sure?
No. Oh, I'm sure because she, in her TikTok that she made the other day, she literally said, I had all my surgery during season 5.
Huh.
And they've already like filmed season 5. Yeah.
I don't know. I just kind of thought she had already had it. Like, that's crazy.
I know. Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
I actually had the same thought, and then I was like, nope. Okay, so Harry Jowsey coming on this was quite
get off
so
my
bizarre.
screen. What are you doing here? I think he posted on his own Instagram. He was like, haha, I should have watched the show first. What?
Totally. Also, like, can he get a life?
Can he go
for the love
anywhere
of God?
else? I'm sure. Like, I'm so curious if he's just there because of his connections with Alex Cooper, because she owns his podcast.
And do you think that show that she's producing with him, Let's Marry Harry, is going to be on Hulu?
I think so. I think it's all like it's a monopoly or whatever that
Mhm.
is. It's all connected.
Something else that I thought about when they were all like in that house and Denise didn't stay there and Layla calls her when she was like blatantly blaming production for her edit on that phone call.
Interesting.
I think that's like a terrible move if Demi ever wants to come back.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how Meredith was talking about production at the Salt Lake City reunion, and Mary and Whitney were like, don't talk about
stop.
our crew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, let's talk about that man, the mustache one.
Forgot about Ben.
Yeah. Okay. So she talks about him. I think this is the same guy on Call Her Daddy, and how he kind of was like, we're just gonna stop where we are, go on The Bachelorette. You don't find anybody, you come back to me. Like that.
What a weird thing to say.
So I think that's him, and so
Probably.
I'm curious what's gonna happen with that, because I'm just like not feeling like, based on what she said. And so she posted on her Instagram the other day that she had just watched her whole season
Of The Bachelorette.
Yeah, and that it was like
Oh my
really
God.
rough watch for her. So I'm not thinking that that she has ended, just based on that wording. I'm just like not hopeful. And let me
Yeah.
pull it up what she said. So I'm like,
There's also
let's
just
bring
no
this man
way-
back.
There's no way that she's not going to spoil the season. Like, in no world is Taylor Brinky Paul going to have a significant other and not, like, post about it on her social media.
Well, she's in a
Like,
Okay, she
I
said,
could totally think.
I, for the first time, sat down and watched the season, and it was extremely hard to do. These aren't just storylines, these are actual lives we're sharing. I'll speak for myself on this. I'm not sharing to appease or switch storylines for anyone's entertainment. It takes courage to share such vulnerable topics with an audience. The hugs will continue to outweigh the hate for me. So I'm just like not really. That just didn't seem like too hopeful to me.
No, definitely not. I mean, I definitely feel like there have been prior leads who have said stuff like that, and then they do end up with
Okay.
somebody.
Maybe they're trying to trick us.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a hard journey whether it turns out well for you or not. But I from what we know about Taylor, from like her behavior on TV so far, no, I don't think she's gonna end up with anyone. My question, maybe you can help me with the answer to this question. I don't understand if Taylor is like out, like not in Utah doing all of this press stuff. Why does Dakota not have their baby? Like, to me,
I
that
don't
would
know.
make so much sense. Oh, my co-parent is out working. She obviously, doesn't have time to take care of the kid, nor should she have to while she's on a work trip. So I'll take care of my kid. He's 50% mine.
Yeah, because that's your job.
And then he shows up?
Lord knows. Lord knows.
Be so for real. Like, this
Who's
this
watching that
man
kid?
needs to, it's like when people, one of my favorite things to say, like when men are doing something stupid, is like men used to like build monuments and like churches, and now they do post thirst traps on the internet. It's like that kind of thing. I just don't understand, like, if he wasn't even supposed to be there in the first place and he showed up, which I'm sure that was orchestrated before, but they made it seem like he showed up last minute.
Yeah.
Why was he not with their kid?
I don't know.
Like, it's your turn.
I cannot
my
answer
guy.
it. Like,
she takes care of this kid.
I hope
99%
it's your
of the time.
turn.
Seriously. The only other thing that I had written down here for this episode was, sorry, but I can't imagine being 32 years old and still acting the way that Taylor and Dakota
I agree with
act.
that. I can get behind that. They act like children.
Yeah, I actually can't stand either of them when they're around the other person.
And I'm like, well, this is not college. Like, you're in your 30s.
Ridiculous. Like, it's unacceptable in my opinion. Not to be like,
No, yeah.
like condescending or like, not that I'm like perfect, but I just like, if you have a child with this person.
Yeah.
This is a serious
Sometimes I have
matter.
to like
This is not just a
take a step back and
situationship.
remember that everyone is living their life for the first time, and then I can calm down a little bit.
I mean, maybe.
That doesn't make it right, or that doesn't give it like a purpose, but like I just have to like calm down.
I just think when, like, I guess what I don't understand with her is that when every single person in your life is telling you that this person is bad for you and you don't listen, like, you need to seek professional help.
Yeah.
And on top of that, you need to listen to the professional help. Like, it doesn't stop at just going to seek the professional help. Like, you actually have to actively try and like put it into practice.
You gotta do it.
But I will say, I think this season already is way better than last season.
I agree. Last season was boring.
It was. The storylines I'm most interested in are Jessie trying to figure things out with her marriage and the Dancing with the Stars stuff.
Same. I'm on the exact same train.
Yeah. So, next week we will do another batch of episodes.
I think
we
the thunder
did
just
with this.
got caught on my microphone. That's funny.
I think it did.
Yeah.
I think I heard it, but I thought you were just like moving
Nope,
around.
that would be the thunder.
That was the thunder. Well, I'm glad it's raining.
Me too.
We don't need any.
I don't need any
fire
more fires because I'm
outbreaks.
already in my PJs. There's not much I can do.
I feel like you need to go through like volunteer firefighter
I
training.
guess so. I think I did today.
Totally. They need to give you your badge.
Yeah.
The Oscars are tonight, so we will discuss like our favorite looks or whatever. I feel like neither of us are big like movie buffs. We don't watch the movies that get like nominated.
Yeah,
at the
I've seen
Oscars.
Sinners, and that was like the only one I've seen.
I didn't see that.
Oh, I loved it. It was so good. I hope it wins
Um,
everything. It's nominated for. It has the most ever Oscar
Who was in
nominations.
that?
Michael B. Jordan.
Oh, I love him.
Yeah.
You know, Brie Tiesi from Selling Sunset apparently has slept with him.
What? T.
Yes. I also saw something yesterday that apparently Christine Quinn from
She's
Selling
coming back. I
Sunset
saw
is
that.
coming back.
saw
I
that.
don't know if that's verified, but I did see a headline. I would love that.
That'd be fun.
Be sure to listen to our Fame Files this week. We are going to be talking about, I think, 5 different Bachelor scandals in honor of the new season of The Bachelorette premiering next Sunday. So that is going to be kind of a lengthy one. I feel like we talked about a lot of scandals, but maybe we'll do a part 2 if there's any more that we can think of.
Or if you guys let us know some.
And yes, or if anyone has any suggestions. But we have exciting lineup of Fame Files for the next couple of months.
Heck yeah,
So,
man. Get excited.
Yep. And I'm excited to talk about, we had 2 shows end this week, Love is Blind and Vanderpump Rules. So we'll only have 3 shows for next week's Reality Digest: Below Deck, Down Under, Summer House, and the rest of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. But then the next week we'll roll in
Bachelorette.
And then after that we have 2 new shows we're adding at the beginning of April: The Valley and Real Housewives of Rhode Island.
When's Farmer Wants a Wife?
Okay, I'm so glad you brought that up because I forgot about it. It premieres April 21st.
Oh, damn. Okay.
So we have a little bit of time, but I'm excited. I saw like a clip of it for the
I've seen
listener.
the first season.
I saw the first season too, I think. You know, it's like an Australian show.
Oh, I did not.
Like the original show started in Australia and then they like started doing a US version. But I saw a TikTok of it yesterday and I sent it to Julia and I was like, I think we should cover Farmer Wants a Wife.
Oh, I was on board 100%.
And she was on board. And I will admit, I do have an ulterior motive here. I really want to sign Julia up for Farmer Wants a Wife.
Okay, sure.
So we're going to vet it. And yeah, I remember when I watched it, the one and only time that I did it was like kind of funny. So I'm hoping it's still going to be that way. But
No, yeah,
so
it was funny.
End of April, we'll roll that in. But the next new show that we have is Bachelorette, which I'm a little nervous for.
It's going to give us a lot to talk about.
Totally.
I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And you have a non-chaotic day that's full of fun stuff. And you also get
No
to gossip
fires.
some. And you have no fires. If you're living
Yeah.
in somewhere with a drought, you have no fire.
Yeah. Stay safe out there.
Stay safe out there,
from
man.
From the smoke that you may or may
Woo!
not be able to spot.
Yep.
Let us know any good gossip if you hear it.
Yeah, let us know. Okay.
Ta-ta, everyone.
Bye-bye. Thank you so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and we will see you next week for more pop culture chaos.
The stories we cover are based on research and publicly available sources. While we strive for accuracy, some details may be disputed or unverified, and this episode is for entertainment and informational purposes only.